Welcome once again to a Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we are looking at this time is the Masamoto VG Honesuki 150mm knife. This is a Japanese boning knife. It is typically used for poultry. You don't go through bones with these, but you'll typically go through joints, and that's where the tip comes in to get in tight spots. The core steel, or the steel that they use in this line, is what they call Hyper MV for, excuse me if I can say this, molybdenum vanadium stainless steel. It's pretty easy to sharpen, tough stainless steel that's very, very popular. This knife line is extremely popular all over the world for all kinds of home and professional users, so it's a really good, solid steel. The heat treat's about 58 to 59 Rockwell on that core steel, so it's got some forgiveness to it, which is nice, especially for this type of application where you're on bones and stuff. The construction is mono steel, so it's one hunk of steel. There's no layers or cladding or anything. And the weight on this is about 176 grams or 6.2 ounces. And typically these Yo or Western-handled Honesuki knives are heavier than their Wa or Japanese-handled counterparts, and this is true, of course, of this one. The edge length is about 152 millimeters, or about 6 inches right on the money, and the overall length is about 10.6 inches. The spine thickness on this, it's a sturdy, stiff, kind of real confident blade. It's about 2.45 or about 2.5 millimeters coming out of the bolster, and then about halfway down I measured it's about 2.35, and it doesn't lose a lot till you hit the grind. You hit the corner or the angle here on the tip, and then you hit the grind. So it thins out at the very, very, very tip, but they keep this stiff, and it's going to be stiff and precise. The blade height is about 40.7 millimeters at the heel, and the handle is, of course, a Western or Yo handle. It is made of something they call POM, or also called Duracon resin. It's more durable and doesn't exhibit the shrinkage that like Pack-A-Wood, which is a stabilized wood product, does. So this is a very kind of bulletproof, very stable handle. It shouldn't really shrink much or change in dimensions much at all. So these are just really almost bulletproof handles on these things. The grind, let's take a look at the close-up of the knife here so I can get a decent beauty shot. So the grind on these is right hand, has the convexing and kind of a modified single bevel style. You can kind of see the curvature there. You can see it curving towards the edge with the light. But on the left side, it is pretty almost just dead flat. And then you got a micro bevel on that side. So this is a right-hander style knife. You've got a pretty significant edge bevel on the right side of the blade. And then, again, a micro bevel on the left. So it's not a full-on single bevel like a traditional Yanagiba, for example, but it does go flat, then curve into the edge, and then you have a pretty significant edge bevel on the right side. You've got screened-on kanji, and the left side of the blade has their steel name on it. There we go. Fairly polished. You can see the machine marks on it. Real nice fit and finish. The spine, I think it's okay. Some people might like to maybe just relieve the edge just a touch with some sandpaper. The choil, on the other hand, on these is normally fairly sharp, so that may or may not bother you. If it does, a few minutes with some strips of sandpaper, you can clean that choil up if you wish to do so. Out of the box edge was very, very sharp. I'd say about a 7 out of 10. And again, this is a stiff, competent blade. The handle's rather heavy. It's a full-size, Gyuto style handle, so you can grip it. Here's where the balance point is. You got plenty of room there to grip. You got the hook on the back to kind of lock your hand in, or you can use it like that, however you want to use it. So stiff, confident blade. Some people like to use these on the board just occasionally for here or there kind of use. These single bevel styles tend to be a little thicker, so probably not as suitable for that, but some people like to do it in a pinch. So if you want to throw this on the board, you got plenty of clearance there with the angle of the handle, and here's what the profile would look like if you need to do a little here, a little there, besides the chicken processing. Or I should say poultry, not chicken, because you could use this on other stuff. So there you have really an excellent knife from a great line of knives that's been around a long time and proven its worth in homes, kitchens, and pro kitchens all over the world. So this is the Masamoto VG Honesuki 150mm knife.